Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. We want to take a look at the chart. Also, if you're interested in Bitcoin dominance and ETH BTC, stay tuned. We're going to talk about these in this video. It will give you everything that you need to watch out for over the weekend. So let's take a look at the daily chart here for Bitcoin first. This is a still unfolding uptrend here. No change there. The only thing that we talked about is if the price breaks below this week's low, which landed just around 115K, we're likely jumping one wave degree. So this third will sit here, this fourth will sit here, and we might just see one more high. That could be it. I'm not sure then if we get to really 130K in that case, but for now, the two more high situation remains unchanged, and I still like to see the market get to 130K approximately. Yeah, but we're already in striking distance. I mean, the price came so close to the 130K level on Monday the 14th that we were literally only like 5% away, which is nothing in the crypto sector. So that is important to understand. Yeah, so the uptrend remains intact. Question is, below 115K, below this week's low, is everything lost? No, I mean, we could still be in an upside impulse. There is one more support level to watch out for that I will talk to you about on the smaller time frame. But the main takeaway is, if we get any more breaks below this week's lows, I think it will increase the risk of a break of structure. But I'll give it one more chance, obviously, right? So we talked about that. There are still, it could still be an impulse if we get one more low, but that's it. Below that, one more low, then it could still turn into a diagonal structure, but that would be a mess. So this whole thing could turn into a diagonal structure, this C wave to the upside that started on the 23rd of June or 22nd of June, but at the moment it looks so impulsive. So a move back into a diagonal structure would introduce a mess here and would make it really, really tricky to follow the move up. And it would already increase the probabilities that a bull market top has been struck. I mean, just look at this. We are so close. Yeah, you see this 5-wave move from the August 2024 low is basically complete. We do have 5 waves up, but just here on the nano level, we could get a few more squiggles. And then if we zoom out even further, we've got the larger 5-wave move from the November 22 low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then 5 waves in wave 5. And then in the 5th wave, we're tracking an ABC structure. And to be honest, yeah, that C wave should only be around 50% complete. So ideally, we see a little bit more upside. But we're talking about the last wave and the last wave of the last wave, yeah? So just important to have that perspective. Also, make sure you subscribe to our MCO Global channel very, very soon. Next week, videos will resume on that channel. So there will be more long-term updates as well. So let us take a look now at before we go to the smaller time frame chart, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And the Bitcoin dominance chart is, yay, coming down a bit, which is pretty good to see. We already saw yesterday a break of micro support, which was, you could say, expected. It was what we wanted, because remember, the price bounced from our support level here, from this area, and then rallied. Not the price, the value, the Bitcoin dominance value, and then rallied towards the 38.2 retracement at 62.5%, which is ideal for a 4th wave bounce, and it stayed a 3-wave move. So ideally, we're now coming down here. It's very much possible a wave 2 topped, and we're now coming down in 3rd wave, but I would need to see further downside, aggressive downside for that. I would not rule out, if we stay in this range for a little bit, maybe, because this is a 3-wave move up, so it could just turn into a larger correction, or maybe even a triangle before we go down further, or a larger ABC structure before we go down further. So that is all possible. This could just turn into a bit of a corrective mess, you could say. But for now, it is a 3-wave move up. That's very important, and it cannot turn into an impulse anymore to the upside, which is also very good and important. So even if it turns into a broader 3-wave move, like an A, B, C structure, there's a good chance of staying in the range, in the resistance area, without a break to the upside. At least that is currently the view. Of course, a diagonal structure to the upside can always form, but yeah, for now, the price, or the Bitcoin dominance value rather, has reacted to the Fibonacci resistance area, and we're coming down today, which keeps the altcoins afloat. And we'll take a look at the altcoin videos, obviously, in the relevant videos today to see what that actually means. So then we have the ETH BTC chart. which is still coming up and is holding support. And the idea was here also to get at least like one more high, right? So the support area is holding. Hold on. We have not yet broken out to the upside for that one more high, but expectations would be that this C wave gets at least one more high and we reach 0.03479 or maybe even 0.03680 next. I cannot guarantee that this fourth wave is over. I think it might be, given that the wave 2 was also just tiny down there, and wave 2 and 4 are often kind of in line in terms of proportions. So if we go any higher, I will continue to adjust this support area. And if we go to the 138% extension there at 0.0368, it might even turn into the blue scenario that we say, okay, maybe this is going to turn into a real 5-wave move up, basically a diagonal structure. But first of all, we would need at least one more high, reach the 138% extension, then I can track a wave 4 pullback. The support zone here would be very, very similar to the one now, and then we can get maybe one more high. And if we get 5 waves that stretch above resistance, so above 0.03926, that would be quite promising from a bullish point of view for ETH bulls, yeah? And that would mean that, probably Vitalik's mood will go up even further. So I would say now let us take a look at the Bitcoin short-term chart as well. And let's open that. And the Bitcoin short-term chart suggests that we are here still in this range. Okay, you saw that on the larger time frame. It looks like a triangle. We're still holding our support area. Yeah, circle wave 4 support for this wave 4 pullback. We talked about it in the last few videos extensively. There is currently no change to the scenarios. What I want to focus on is just to highlight the relevant support levels that are now important. Should we break below this week's low, which formed around 115K, just a little lower than that, 114,800. And I want to highlight what this advance, this move to the upside is really about and what we need to watch out for. So, obviously it's possible that a corrective pullback might have completed there on Friday. But as I explained to you in the last video, this is only a 3-wave move up. Now, we might be forming a 5-wave move here, but I would need ideally one more high in this third wave, so that the price gets to the 138% extension at 118K, then a higher low in wave 4, and a higher high in wave 5 that reaches at least the 161.8 extension. So I need to see 5 waves that reach 118,565. Then we have a first confirmation that indeed a low is in. At the moment, this is just a 3-wave rally, so it could lead to another low, maybe here in this larger degree wave 4. And the next support levels are 113,790 and 112,290. So the focus at the moment is on whether the bulls can generate a 5-wave advance. And for now, we only have 3. Ideally, one more high to get that third wave done. And then it needs to hold a higher low. This will be the moment of truth. So I'll keep you updated about that today. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in additional updates, check out our X profile. Here you can get additional updates. There are even some additional videos sometimes. Today I uploaded an Ondo video that is only updated here on X or uploaded here on X. So check it out if you're interested. You can find the link in the video description to our X channel. And there's also additional stuff about mindset, some tips, additional analysis. You can ask questions. Check it out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.